Disk cloning has never been easier, whether you're moving to a bigger drive or a smaller one. Want to clone your entire Windows system without reinstalling anything? Whether you're upgrading your drive, migrating to an SSD, or creating a dual boot setup, this step-by-step guide will show you exactly how to do it. Welcome back, folks. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to clone a disk, boot from the clone disk, and even set up a dual boot system. Let's get started. As you can see, I have my C drive here, and it's important to check how much space is being used before cloning. Make sure the data on your source drive can fit onto the target drive. If I open Disk Management, you'll see that I have disk 2 with unallocated space. Notice that this disk is actually smaller than the original drive, but that's okay because the amount of data being used will still fit. Here's the good news: you can clone a larger drive to a smaller one, as long as the used space fits within the capacity of the new drive. Now let's download a tool called DiskGenius. Go to the website, click on Products at the top, and download DiskGenius Free Edition. It's completely free. Install the software, accept the terms, click Next, and complete the setup. Once DiskGenius opens, you'll see all your disks and partitions listed. Go to Tools at the top and select Clone Disk. The wizard will ask you to select the source disk. In my case, that's disk 0, which contains all my partitions. Select it and click Next. You'll then be asked whether you want to migrate the operating system. If you're cloning a Windows installation, click Yes. If you're only cloning data, you can click No. Next, select your target disk. In my case, it's the smaller drive. As you can see, DiskGenius automatically creates the partition layout and rearranges everything so the used data fits correctly. Click Start. You'll then have two options: perform the migration during reboot or use hot migration. I'll select hot migration so the cloning happens while Windows is running. This process may take some time. Grab a coffee. When it's done, you'll have an exact copy of your system. Once the cloning is complete, click No when prompted to shut down. Now let me show you the result. I have two drives visible, and I've renamed them Windows 11 and Windows 11 cloned. If I open Disk Management again, you'll see two nearly identical disks. The new disk is smaller, but the partition structure has been adjusted correctly. Booting from the clone disk. Let's restart the computer. During startup, press your system's boot menu key. Depending on your device, this could be F2, F7, F9, F12, or another key. In the boot menu, you'll see both drives listed. I'll select the second disk and press Enter. And just like that, a success! The system boots straight into the cloned Windows installation. All users, Documents, applications, and settings are exactly the same as the original drive. If I open Disk Management, you'll see that the clone drive is now the active boot drive. Setting up dual boot. Now let's make things even more interesting. What if you want the option to boot from either drive whenever you start your PC? Make note of your disk drive letters. Open Command Prompt as administrator. Run the command shown on the screen. This command adds the cloned Windows installation to the Windows Boot Manager. Once the command completes successfully, open Advanced System Settings. Go to Startup and Recovery Settings. You'll now see two Windows 11 entries listed. Change the display time to 5 seconds so you have time to choose which operating system to boot into. Click OK. Now restart the computer. This time, you'll see two Windows installations listed. One is the original installation, and the other is the cloned installation. You can choose either one, set a default operating system, adjust the timer, or access troubleshooting options if needed. I'll select the cloned Windows installation. As you can see, it boots perfectly, and everything is still there. Pretty impressive, right? One computer, two bootable Windows installations. There is one small issue. Both boot options currently appear as Windows 11, which can be confusing. Let's fix that. Boot back into the original Windows installation. Open Command Prompt as administrator and run the command shown on screen. This displays all boot manager entries and shows which entry belongs to which partition. Locate the entry for the cloned Windows installation on partition E. And copy the correct identifier entry. Now modify the command shown on screen by copying the correct identifier and replacing the description with something like Windows 11 cloned. Copy the whole command and paste it in the command prompt. Run the command and press Enter. If you see the operation completed successfully, you're done. Run the boot configuration command again, and you'll now see that the cloned entry has been renamed. If you return to Advanced System Settings, Startup and Recovery, you'll see both entries clearly labeled Windows 11. Windows 11 cloned. Now, when you restart your computer, you'll no longer see two identical Windows 11 entries. No confusion. No guessing. Just a clean and professional dual boot setup. And that's it. You've successfully cloned your Windows installation, booted from the clone drive, and configured a dual boot menu. If this guide helped you out, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future tutorials. Got questions or ran into any issues? Drop a comment below, and I'll do my best to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.